Welcome back. Today we're diving deep into a really specific challenge for vintage Tamiya fans.
That's right. It's about upgrading those classic ORVs. Think the Frog, the Blackfoot with modern aluminum trailing arms.
Yeah, you want that strength, that precision you get from machined aluminum. But there's a catch, a big one.
A huge one. You risk actually destroying irreplaceable vintage plastic parts. The chassis itself.
Because bolting that metal on changes everything compared to the original design, doesn't it?
It completely alters the physics. The original Tamiya setup, plastic on plastic, was essentially a dry joint. Flexible, low friction.
So added lubrication wasn't just unnecessary, it was actually a bad idea back then.
Exactly. Wet lube would just attract dirt, turning into like a grinding paste, not what you want.
Okay, so the core insight here is make this upgrade, and lubrication is no longer optional, it becomes mandatory.
Absolutely mandatory. But, and this is the critical point, the type of grease is everything.
Not just any grease will do.
Definitely not. Choose the wrong kind, the wrong chemical base, and you could cause catastrophic failure to that, 40-year-old ABS plastic. It can crack or just crumble.
Right. So let's break down why it becomes mandatory. You swap plastic for aluminum.
And you create a totally new interface. You've got hard aluminum rubbing directly against relatively soft ABS plastic chassis mounts.
And aluminum isn't just smooth metal, is it? There's that oxide layer.
Precisely. Aluminum naturally forms aluminum oxide, and that layer is surprisingly hard, much harder than the ABS.
Ah, so without any lubrication.
That hard aluminum oxide layer acts like a fine file against the softer plastic.
Okay, I see. Constant abrasion.
Constant abrasion. It elongates the pivot holes in the chassis, creates slop, ruins the handling, and basically you're slowly grinding away your vintage chassis.
Which brings us to the cardinal rule, as we called it.
Yes. Before you even think about performance or friction, the number one rule is chemical compatibility.
The grease must be safe for that old ABS plastic.
Absolutely. And this is where people make a huge mistake. Generic workshop grease. The stuff based on petroleum mineral oil.
Avoid it.
Avoid it like the plague. It's a disaster for old ABS. Those oils leach out the plasticizers.
Making the plastic brittle.
Exactly. Brittle, prone to cracking, eventual failure. You have to stick with plastic-safe synthetics. Think silicone-based or PAO-based greases.
Okay, so plastic safe is rule number one. What else do we need from the grease, considering how this joint works?
It's exposed, right?
Right. Exposed, high load, lots of oscillating movement back and forth. So it needs good wear protection, obviously.
And it needs to stay put.
Critically important. It needs high tenacity, high tackiness. It has to cling to that pivot point and resist being squeezed out under load or washed away by, water or dirt.
Makes sense. So what's the top recommendation?
Our primary recommendation, kind of the gold standard here, is Tamiya's own anti-wear grease. That's item number 53439.
And the big advantage there is? Well, first, it's Tamiya, so it's guaranteed safe for their vintage plastics. That's huge peace of mind.
Okay. And performance-wise?
Performance-wise, it's got exceptional tackiness. It's thick, high viscosity. It's designed specifically to stay in open joints like this, under pressure, providing a really durable protective film. It just sticks.
Good stuff. Is there a runner-up? Maybe something for pure performance.
Yeah, if low friction is your absolute top priority, maybe for racing, you could look at the Tamiya Ceramic Grease HG, item 87099.
Ceramic grease.
Yeah.
That uses boron nitride, right? Super slick.
Incredibly slick, yes, but there's a trade-off.
Ah, okay. What's the catch?
It has lower tackiness than the AEW grease. It's just not as sticky, meaning it won't stay in place as long. You'll need to reapply it much more frequently to make sure that joint stays protected. It demands more maintenance.
Right, which brings us back to that old problem. Grease attracting dirt, creating that grinding paste we wanted to avoid.
Exactly. And the solution isn't less grease, it's actually the maintenance schedule itself. The grease does two jobs. It lubricates, yes, but it also acts as a kind of sacrificial barrier. It traps the dirt and grit that gets in there.
So you want it to trap the dirt, but then you have to get it out.
Precisely. A strict cleaning schedule becomes non-negotiable. You absolutely must clean out that contaminated grease regularly.
What does regularly mean here?
We recommend a full service. That means taking the arm off, cleaning everything thoroughly with a plastic-safe degreaser, getting all the old gunk out.
Okay. How often?
Probably every 20 to 30 runs, or, at least once a year if you're not running it that often. The key is removing that grit before it has a chance to embed and start grinding away at the plastic.
So summing up, you do the aluminum upgrade for strength, But you must pair it with the right kind of grease, plastic safe, very tacky, like the Tamiya AEW.
Yep. And then commit to cleaning it out regularly. That's the complete strategy.
It keeps the performance advantage while protecting that vintage chassis.
Exactly. And it's interesting. When we look at preserving these classic models, the failure point often isn't the fancy new part itself.
It's overlooking the details.
It's often neglecting the material dynamics that change when you make what seems like a simple modification, like forgetting the vital role of the right lubricant and maintenance.
So, a final thought for everyone listening.
Yeah, when you apply that fresh grease, remember the very last step. Meticulously wipe away all the excess. Any grease you can see squeezed out around the joint. That's just doing one thing.
Attracting dirt.
Acting like a magnet for dirt and dust. Keep it clean from the start.